Commons Education Committee has launched an inquiry into the provision of education for children with special educational needs and disabilities, or SEND. It follows widespread and growing concerns that the current system is failing children amid a rise in cases. There are currently over 1.6 million children in England who receive some form of SEND support. That's an increase of more than 6% over the last year. In total, the system provides help for almost a fifth of England's school-age children. Well, joining us to talk more about this is Tanya Tararora, a parent of two children who grew up with special needs and the founder of the campaign group Special Needs Jungle. Tanya, thank you so much for talking to us this afternoon. Now, this is one inquiry of many, isn't it? The last of which was in 2019. So are you hopeful of any meaningful change with this one?
Not particularly, no. I mean, there's a lot of interest in SEND at the moment, largely because of the cost to councils. But we're really concerned about the cost to disabled children and their families. And we're not really sure what this inquiry will achieve, especially if it takes a long time, because proposals and policies by the government will obviously they're being formed right now. But increased pressure on the government to invest in SEND support in schools and in colleges and to fund councils properly, I mean, it's always welcome.
Well, yeah. Would you say that the system itself isn't working, or it just doesn't have the funding it needs? The council doesn't get the funding it needs to make it work?
Well, yeah, I mean, but the biggest failings really are the fact that councils make unlawful decisions about SEND provision all the time. And when they're challenged at tribunal, they're overturned 98.7% of the time, basically almost all of them. I mean, and that's not just a statistic. That's children's education being put on hold. That's families' lives being devastated just because a mainstream school can't cater for their needs. Yet the blame is always focused on the family, not on the system where it belongs. And there's also a massive failure by successive governments to forecast these increases in needs. I mean, medical advances, austerity cuts, the pandemic. The government should have been thinking about this and what it would mean, and speaking to councils about how to prepare. And as you say, we've had inquiry after inquiry and lots of reports in Institute of Fiscal Studies, National Audit Office, and that's just recently. But if underfunding is not fixed, until council SEND debts needs to be written off, and until everybody sees disabled children and young people as not separate, not less important, and that they're worthy of investment in their futures as every child is, I mean, until then, I don't think we can fix the system.
And behind all of these figures and all of these facts, of course, are families who are battling to get the correct provision for their children, and their children not getting the education that they need and deserve, which is difficult in what is difficult circumstances money-wise. Well, Tanya, thank you so much for joining us, and we shall see what will happen going forward with this inquiry. Thank you.